Hey guys, welcome to Blaugrana. Welcome to another video. And today it's time to talk about Lautaro Martinez and his signing to FC Barcelona. It's, I think, very prudent to think that after the fantastic performance that he had against Barcelona with Inter, he was probably the best player for Inter during the whole game. Like, he was absolutely sensational. I didn't get to talk about him sooner because I think it was more important to get other things out of the way, like the midfielders and stuff like that. But now that we've discussed all that, it's time to talk about Lautaro Martinez. Lautaro Martinez has been a striker that I've liked since he was at Racing. Since his breakthrough at Racing, he's a player that I've always liked. He's a player that I always thought that he was absolutely sensational, that wherever he went, he was going to be a superstar. And no, it's not only because he's Argentinian or because he, he seems to have a good relation with Messi in the Argentine national team. That's not a thing. And honestly, after the Copa America, I thought that he was the best player of the Copa America, together with maybe, Rodrigo de Paul, Tagliafico, and some other players that did a decent performance throughout the whole tournament for Argentina. I thought that Lautaro Martinez was probably the best. Like, he did exactly what you were expected, and the best games for Argentina were with Lautaro in the pitch. Now, when reports came out saying that Barcelona were interested in Lautaro Martinez, well, I always thought is the normal, regular rumor that you expect. In Italy, they rumored that an Argentinian player that did really well in the Copa America is going to sign with Barcelona, which has Lionel Messi, which is Argentinian. You link one thing with another. We've heard it multiple times with multiple players as well. We've heard Di Maria, Agüero, Otamendi, Higuain. We've heard them all. But Lautaro Martinez, I'm not gonna say it sounds different, but we have rumors that there were scouts at Barcelona. Well, the scouts were watching Lautaro during that game against Inter, and they must have been really impressed, as I think we all were, with his performance, because he was absolutely unbelievable. He was unplayable. He could have had a few goals during the night. His first goal is a lot of merit due to him. He scored with his weak foot. He's a player that has it all. That in terms of getting chances, it's ridiculous. The good place where he gets, like, his movement, it is very similar to Suarez. Like, if I had to put similar strikers to Suarez, Lautaro definitely is one of them. Others might be the likes of Jovic, Belotti, other players like that. But Lautaro is a player that is very much in that profile. It's a warrior. It's a player that presses a lot. The thing that impressed me the most is not his goals, not his movement, but how he presses. And I think that if he can maintain his status as a starter for Conte, then that's the kind of striker I want, because Conte only has, the toughest of toughest strikers. And Lautaro Martinez, with his age, could be the generational replacement for Luis Suarez. Luis Suarez has given us a lot, but rumors that he could be the franchise player for Inter Miami. He's given us an era. I still think that Suarez is a player that could give us years of fantastic performances coming off the bench. Coming off 30 minutes, just like he did against Valencia. I think he's a player that could give us a lot going forward as a substitute. But if he's not going to accept that role, I'm sorry, but we need to move on from a player like Suarez. And I think it's very necessary that we start thinking about the future. Now, where do I see the problems with this signing before I start talking about the positives about the player? The negatives about the signing would be, where's the money coming from? We had to get a loan to get the signing of Griezmann done, and at the moment we don't have any. We don't have any money in the club at the moment. We have assets like Coutinho's doing pretty well at Bayern, Rakitic, Arturo Vidal, this Luis Suarez himself. there is players that we can sell. There is assets where we could get money from, and there is possible places where we could do actually really good things. And where would the other problem come in? That is, at the moment of battling for Kylian Mbappe. I still think Kylian Mbappe should be the number one target for Barcelona, at least in that forward line. Should be the number one target for Barcelona. As soon as he becomes available, we need to save every penny to go ahead and try to sign Kylian Mbappe. If that rumor that FIFA will put a release clause on Neymar next season, it becomes a thing, then waiting one more season for Kylian Mbappe, it's going to be the battle between Barcelona and Real Madrid, and we need to have every penny possible to sign this player. Not only we need to have every penny possible, but we need to have the space for him to come in. And what do I mean by space? Well, let's say we sign Lautaro Martinez and we let Luis Suarez go. You have Lautaro, you have Griezmann, Dembele, Messi, and Ansu Fati. That's, in theory, what I think we all have. We know the likes of Abel Ruiz, Carles Perez, players that are from La Masia that are able to also to feature in the first team. Well, where would Kylian Mbappe play? Or more theoretically, if Kylian Mbappe comes into the starting lineup, what happens to Dembele? What happens to Lautaro? What happens to Ansu Fati? You start having an overbooking in the forward line. And this is where I think the problem became when we signed Griezmann, and that was Griezmann ultimately necessary? And that's, I said this during the summer. Now, of course, I wanted Griezmann the moment that we started having rumors with Neymar, because I didn't want Neymar at the club. But was signing Griezmann the best thing? We've seen it now. He's struggling right now. I don't think he's putting maximum level of intensity, at least in the way that he's moving. He's not pressing enough. He's especially not moving like I expect him to. I know he's not playing his position, but I need to see more attitude out of Griezmann if he's going to succeed at Barcelona. It's going to be also very important that we keep an eye on Kylian Mbappe, because at the end of the day, he's the most promising young talent in the forward line, and pairing him together with Dembele, with those last years of Lionel Messi, putting balls through to the speed and pace of Kylian Mbappe and Dembele, it's going to be a success for the next decade. And then on top of that, you add Ansu Fati. You have probably one of the best young forward lines in world football. If Dembele keeps himself, very professional, then that is one of the best forward lines in world football, with or without Lionel Messi. But this is where the positives come to, because although Kylian Mbappe is an objective that we should keep in mind, Kylian Mbappe is not Lautaro Martinez. Lautaro Martinez is the only player that I've mentioned so far that has that warrior type pressing, that has that attitude that if he doesn't have the ball, he's gonna go hunt for the ball. If you basically have Lautaro Martinez, you're able to have Lionel Messi in the pitch and have Lautaro work for him and for Messi. And if you have the pressing of 11, and then you have the quality of Lionel Messi, saving all his energy to create chances and finish them, then you have one of the best forward lines in world football. As we saw with Suarez when he was at his prime, when he was able to press for both Messi and himself, when he was moving, constantly moving, attacking the space, being a problem for center backs. That is what we need. The problem with Suarez right now is that he is not at his prime, he's not physically fit, and he should not be starting for Barcelona. Seeing as what the problem is that having Griezmann, Suarez, and Messi in the pitch is that no one really moves, and that doesn't leave Messi enough, doesn't leave him on adequate positions to get the ball and break, because yes, Suarez and Griezmann might be moving a bit, but they're moving into areas that are not adequate and not leaving enough space for Messi to do as much damage as he should be able to. So Lautaro Martinez with his good shooting with both feet, he's fast, he's strong, he has a fantastic attitude. Linking up, he link up plays is really great. He is, this. If I had to put him with Alexis Sanchez and Lukaku, he probably is the second striker that can drop a little bit to the wing, that can link up play, has good skill on the play, and most importantly, he just shoots a lot per game, and shoots in good positions, like, just out the area, inside the box, knows how to get into good opportunities, and that's very good. I believe that he so far this season has been taking 5 shots per game, which it's very good. Those are Messi Ronaldo numbers. And he's not shooting, like I said, from anywhere. He's shooting from actually good positions, and that's why he's getting good amount of goals and assists. So, is Lautaro Martinez the right profile for Barcelona? Yes. Should Barcelona sign him? It depends. What the plan is gonna be. We need to start planning now who's gonna be the forward line for Barcelona going forward. Are we gonna trust in someone like Dembele? How much time are we gonna have of Lionel Messi? I believe Messi is going to be here until the World Cup in Qatar. He's probably going to finish the World Cup in Qatar and then finish that season, and he might be leaving to Newell. That's at least my thoughts. You have Ansu Fati. He needs to be given opportunities. Are you going to sign Mbappe? You're going to sign Mbappe. Can you sign also Lautaro? What's going to happen to Griezmann? Are you going to keep Griezmann? Are you going to sell him in the future? It all depends. I'm going to tell you my plan in coming videos. I don't know when, but I'm going to say my future for the Barcelona team as an overall. I've talked about a little bit of the midfield. The defense, I don't think I'm going to make a specific video about the defense just yet, but it all depends. We'll see what we're going to do, what I'm going to plan, but I have an idea of how the future Barcelona should look for the next 5 years at least. So it's going to be interesting. Like, I just hope that we don't have to pay that much money for Lautaro. And when I mean that much money, I mean basically around what Real Madrid paid for Jovic. Because we have to understand that Jovic was the main target for Barcelona. Lautaro should not be costing much more than that. Like, if they want to get 80 to 100 million for Lautaro Martinez, I'm sorry, but we are not going to pay on the high for a player that I know that we can get it for 60 million or like 70 million at most. But we don't need to be paying skyrocket price because there's other forwards in world football. Timo Werner has a release for 30 million. Belotti, he's not going to cost that much either. There is other targets that we can get for cheaper, and we need to start evaluating those opportunities. So, without said and done, leave me all your opinions in the comment section below. Do you like Lautaro Martinez to Barcelona? Do you think we should sign him? Leave me all your opinions in the comment section below. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one, Blaugranas. With you through it all, winter through the fall, you just make the call. Yeah, I'm in it for it all. I'm in it for the love.